and welcome back to Business Class. Today I am very blessed to have my first male guests on the podcast seats. Hello, you guys. Are you comfy?
I'm very comfortable. Very comfortable, actually. Yeah.
So I'll dive in with the intro. So today we've got Khareem and Jamaal, two guys who are changing the way that we learn from the world's most successful entrepreneurs. As the founders of the Venture Room, you might know them from their street style interviews where they interview the most successful people in the world who've built multi-million or even billion-pound businesses. And I'm super excited to dive into that today and look at how you built an audience of, is it like 3 million people a month or something that listen?
Yeah, viewers, yeah.
Insane.
It's 6 million, isn't it?
About 6.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's
Let's get
insane.
that right. Let's get that right.
Let's get those stats right. So I feel like the first question I want to know is like, how do you both know each other and how did this come to be?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good
That's a good question. So it kind of ties into the story of the Venture Room, yeah? So 3 years ago, actually, this month,
Yeah.
I was kind of struggling to start a business, right? My dad was a successful entrepreneur when he was younger, but I was really inspired to start a business, right? And I just struggled to get things off the ground. I tried drop shipping,
Yeah.
FBA. I tried everything.
Yeah.
Nothing really popped off. So I got quite like frustrated towards my later 20s. I thought, you know what? Let me just go out into the streets and speak to millionaires. And I saw a guy called Jordan Welch doing it in America. Loved it, and I thought, no one's doing it here.
Yeah.
Obviously, people in London aren't as like friendly.
Yeah.
So I did it. I was obviously petrified.
Yeah.
And, it went quite well. Put the first
Yeah.
one out. I did like 500,000 views.
Wow.
I thought, I like doing this. People like seeing it. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So then I was hammering it for about 4 months, I'd say. But I don't know if you, as a solo founder, it's quite hard, isn't it, to keep
Yeah.
things going. So
Yeah.
I thought I need someone that's like trustworthy, can grow with the business, and is
Yeah.
really good at people. And I thought Khareem is the guy. So I reached out to him in April
Yeah.
the following year.
Yeah. So I've known his brother.
Yeah.
I've known you at the same
Yeah,
time, but it's mainly I was best friends with his brother Kari.
Yeah.
So we went to sixth form together. We went to
Wow.
university, lived together for like 4 years.
Oh my God.
So throughout the years, I've obviously gone to the house and
Yeah.
we'd always speak about stuff. Me and Kari just everything. We speak about everything. But with me and Jamaal, we just clicked when it comes to business. I'd always go to the house
Yeah.
and he'd be in his room reading some book
Literally,
or doing some
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
business. He was doing Amazon FBA.
Wow.
I was doing drop shipping. I was doing trading, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. And for me, I've always been interested in business, making money and all that stuff just because
Yeah.
of my background, single parent mum, the
Yeah.
oldest guy in the house. So I always felt like I needed to do something
Yeah.
big for the family.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We've
when he
actually got a very similar background.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Have you?
Like, yeah, it's mad similar.
100%.
Yeah.
And then how did you actually come up with like the name of the Venture Room, and when did it become an actual, like, rather than just a passion project filming, like it's a company?
Do you know where the name come from? Do you know the Shade Room?
Yeah, I
Obviously.
remember the Shade Room.
Obviously, it's a very different platform.
Yeah.
But I just loved the way it sounded, and it sounded
Yeah.
very exclusive, very
Yeah,
like,
I
you know
love
what I mean, like
that.
a private network.
Yeah.
Venture, the Venture Room. That's
Love
where it
it.
came from. But originally, it wasn't like a business. It was just
Yeah.
a passion thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Having
Yeah.
these conversations.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into something. It kind of became a business this year, really.
Wow.
Yes.
When did you
This
feel
year,
like it
yeah.
really took off? Like you were like, this is actually something big, like that we can do, and we can like make money off of this.
So the views took off. Was it 2023? There was a guy called, remember Banksy?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
like the artist back.
No,
then.
no,
I
no.
was gonna say,
This other
how did you
guy.
get him on?
You should check it. It's one of our older videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were out in Bond Street in like December. It was freezing cold. Imagine
Yeah.
freezing cold. Weren't getting much.
Yeah.
This guy disappears out of nowhere with like a beige, like a long jacket, innit?
Long coat with fur on it. Yeah.
fur and looking like he just rich, looking like rich, whatever.
Yeah.
And interviewed him. That went really well. And in that month, we did like 12 million views
Wow.
in total. I was like, this is
Crazy.
crazy.
But YouTube, that was our first YouTube video that we were like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is actually,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, because it's harder to grow
Yeah,
on YouTube,
YouTube's
isn't
hard,
it?
'cause
It's
That
hard
one
to
got like
crack.
40,000. It's not massive.
Yeah,
But it got
still
like
big.
40,000 views in like 2 months,
Yeah.
or 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for me, that was your point. The point where I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Was when we did Modball. Modball. I don't know if you know Modball, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a car
yeah,
rally
yeah.
where they go from one country to another, just doing like a driving tour.
Yeah.
And then there was a crazy. The guy that actually inspired him to start this, Jordan Welsh, was there.
Wow.
And then
Yes.
our videographer Reese. That's the
Yeah.
first time we did a shoot with him as well.
Shout out
Wow.
Reese. Audio Films.
Yeah. So I think we were in the car coming from somewhere, and then I saw that Jordan was going to be in London,
Wow.
and then we were like, we need to go to this Modball thing. We need to go there. And then we managed to get a press pass.
Yeah.
And then we see like Mike Thurston was there, Iman Gadzhi was there, Jordan Welsh was there, Lord Aleem, all of those guys, those Bugattis, we love cars.
Yeah, I love
all
a
of
good
those kind of
car
cars
as
are there.
well.
And then we did that video. Reese edited it up. Till to today, that's my favorite video, by the way. Like,
But imagine
that was like, this is gonna be this is something
crazy,
proper.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But imagine, because Reese had started with us then, right? So we did All Saints, round of All Saints the day before. Then we had the Mob Ball the day after.
Wow.
Imagine that's his first 2 shoots with us.
That's
before
insane.
he hit the jackpot.
That is crazy. You're like, my life has peaked. How can this get any better?
Literally.
What would you say so far has been the biggest like pinch me moment you've had where you've been like, whoa?
Yeah, so the Steven Bartlett. I mean, you could probably, that's yours. You could tell the story. You know? Steven Bartlett for sure is the biggest. One of the biggest.
He's insane.
Yeah, even like last week was crazy as well.
Yeah.
What happened
But
last
yeah.
week?
It's not even out yet, but
Okay.
it will be out by the time.
Confidential.
By the time this is out, it'll probably be out.
Okay.
You do the Steven Bartlett one. You can start.
All right. Let me try to remember it. I'm not good at remembering shit. So there's something called a Black Business Show, right?
Yeah.
Every October. And imagine thousands of people go. And Khareem, he's the guy that'll research. He's like a detective.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, bro, like Steven Bartlett's going to be here on this date in October. We've got to go, innit? And get press passes.
Yeah.
Apply for press pass. And also, for everyone listening, getting media access is like the life hack to networking.
That makes so much sense.
Literally. We didn't even have that many followers back then.
Yeah.
10K.
10K or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
We got backstage. And yeah, we've gone to the event now, gone backstage, doing all the interviews with everyone else. And then there's like a main room, right? And we're in there kind of networking with other people. And then the room starts getting filled up. So there's like literally hundreds of people coming in. You couldn't even get into the room.
Yeah.
Steven Bartlett turns up. And then Kareem's like, all right, bro, wait here. I'm going to go to the front and pretend I'm camera crew. So imagine there's 1,000 people in the room.
Yeah.
Kareem's right at the front by himself with the camera the whole time.
My new Air Forces, by the way.
Greasing them up.
The stage is here. People are sat here.
Wow.
I've had to go there,
Commitment.
creep down,
Literally.
and then act like camera crew.
And then
That
I'm
is a
literally by the
commitment.
speaker with the mic trying to catch the audio.
Yeah.
Oh
You can
my
see the
God.
clip on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So anyway, we do that.
Crazy.
He's like, bro, as soon as it's finished, I'm going to just run up to him and try and
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah.
So it finished and I saw him sprint towards him. But imagine everyone else is crowded around him as well. Hundreds of people.
Oh, he's like a celebrity.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
literally,
him.
big
He's
time.
crazy.
It was mad. And then luckily, because he's tall, we kind of leant over and got a little bit of an interview. I don't know what he said to you. He was like,
I said, what's one piece of... I couldn't even think of the
Yeah.
question. So I was like, what's one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self or something like that?
Yeah.
And he goes, those who think they can and those who think they can't are both usually right.
yeah.
How does he spit that out straight
know.
away?
It's a banger,
How
it's
do
a
you
banger,
spit that
it's a
out?
banger. But we didn't get a full interview. So we done that. We've gone outside now and I'm like, oh, let's just do a debrief to the audience. And we're like, guys, look, we really tried. Like, you know, you got to be persistent, giving it a motivational spiel.
Yeah.
And then we've tagged him in the post and he's replied to us on DMs.
No.
He's like, guys, I love your hustle. Like, come to my office in January
Stop.
and we'll do a full interview. Ask me any questions you want.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you got that? Were you just
Me
like,
and him
what?
were buzzing.
I said, wow, we've made it.
That's
My mum made it.
insane. That is insane.
So obviously we're on a high then, but then January comes now and he says, oh, his team reached out and says he can't do it.
Oh.
So he
No,
kept-
it was actually not in January. It was. I'm going to LA for 10 days. Come after.
yeah.
And then that flop. That didn't
okay.
Oh,
work out. Then it was
God.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine
Wow.
it keeps getting pushed back every month. Like,
And you just thinking it's not going to happen.
this ain't gonna happen. And then
Yeah.
it comes to like March, and then did he message us or did the team?
Team.
The team was like,
Wow.
come to Steven's house on this date, and we can do,
His
we do it in,
house?
in
Like,
his
we're like,
house.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What is
We're
this?
like, did we read that right?
That
His
is
house.
crazy.
So
Crazy.
then we pull up to his house, and like we're so excited, man, because this is like the number 1 on the hit list.
Yeah.
Going to his house, he's got this crazy penthouse, like a duplex, biggest thing I've ever seen.
Where is it? Is it London or Manchester?
He's London.
Wow.
Can't reveal his address.
Yeah,
obviously.
absolutely not.
But,
What's the postcode?
Crazy,
He's
crazy.
in LA now, anyway.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So
Wow.
we go there, but anyway, and got all our camera stuff set up. Everything that could have gone wrong did.
No.
Cameras overheating. I think I tripped over the wire a couple times.
This has never happened before as well. The
Never.
camera's never, ever, ever overheated.
Oh my god.
So
As if.
we're interviewing him like this shit, and the camera, he's like mid-flow, just spitting gems. The camera just turns off. I just see Khareem like,
Because he knows I'll get stressed when it comes to performance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I start getting so annoyed.
What
So-
did he say? Was he just there like, it's all right,
It's
guys?
like he picked up like nothing ever happened.
Wow.
He'd be in the middle of a thought, spitting it like a poet.
Wow.
a business poet.
yeah,
Yeah,
business
literally.
poet.
And then it will stop, and he's like, yeah, it's fine.
oh my God.
But one thing I noticed, he doesn't waste any time. So when we were
Mm.
faffing around, he was on his phone doing emails.
Crazy.
There wasn't a second dropped at
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So we do it. And luckily, my brother had the little Osmo Pocket thing.
Yeah.
He was just holding it up for the rest of it because the camera just fucked up.
Yeah.
And then that was a crazy moment.
And what's he like as a person, as a guy?
Really cool, really down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing in mind, he's like a 9-figure entrepreneur. He's listening to us. We're giving him advice about stuff.
Crazy.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Gave us a lot of advice and stuff. And he didn't get anything out of it, really. Just doing that to help us. So, big respect to him.
Yeah, because I think it's hard with, I have this conversation with so many founders. It's just like what's that expression? Like the higher you get, the harder you fall sort of thing. Like he gets so much heat on him all the time. Like people have really strong hatred towards him.
They do.
And it's just because he's doing really well and he's like one of the most successful people to come out of the UK.
Literally.
What would you say you've learned from entrepreneurs that are maybe even like more public facing or they've got more to lose? Like, how do you think they deal with it? Or what have you learned about like their mindset?
Everyone's human at the end of the day. So obviously there's a degree of when someone says a bad comment or something like that, they still obviously feel it because they're human.
Yeah.
But there's a place for it, right? It's like you take it and you just throw it away or you just brush it off. They don't really care.
Yeah.
Because if they listen to everybody, any negative comments, they wouldn't get to where they are now. It's like, even we spoke to Chloe from Clamana.
Yeah.
She was saying that she used to get laughed at in group chats
Yeah.
just about her and people saw her creating content and it was, you know how I mean? And then she was just like, I wouldn't be here today if I listened to those things.
Wow.
They just got like,
there's one quote that comes to mind in terms of millionaires is everyone's jealous of everyone's jealous of what you got, not how you got it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like we interview these guys here that are like big entrepreneurs. Everyone really respects what they've done.
Yeah.
But the things that they've gone through, most people would never go for it.
No.
They take action and they're not scared to fail. And they see fail as a learning phase. And that's the number one thing with Steven as well. He's like, his whole thing is fail fast.
Yeah.
I think he hired like a whole team that just literally does failure. They run tests a bit like an experiment.
Yeah.
And he's failing faster than the competition. And that's his measure of performance.
What do you think has been the best piece? Like, I don't know if you've got individual, but like the best piece of advice you've received where you've been like, wow, that's
just
like
to
changed my life.
touch on what you just said as well.
Yeah.
Steven said embarrassment is the cost of entry.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to be embarrassed, to face public ridicule, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I could have got embarrassed and been ridiculed going up to him in public in front of a room full of people.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got the podcast with him.
Yeah.
If that happened.
Yeah.
You know? And then we spoke to Catherine. She was on Apprentice. She said, those who mind do not matter and those who matter do not mind.
Oh, how do they spit this stuff
I know.
out?
Isn't it?
Insane.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, it is.
If you listen to everybody, people that don't achieve anything in life, you notice most of them, they're complainers.
Yeah.
And they have the most to say.
Yeah.
When it comes to someone doing something new.
Yeah.
They know everything.
Yeah.
And that's why they're nowhere. They don't get anywhere.
Yeah. It's like not letting the outside noise get to them. Like, I can't remember who I was speaking to that worked with Steven and whether it was Lucy from Six Stories or it might have been Lucy from Hair Syrup, one of the Lucys that I spoke to. And they were saying that, no, it actually was Grace Andrews that worked with Steven. That would make more sense. That would make more sense. She was saying that the most valuable thing, like one of the most valuable things she learned from working with Steven was that he was just so unfazed by what anyone said. Like it was just, didn't even entertain it. And if it was, you know, something that big where it came in and everyone was speaking about it, he'd just put a message in the team group chat and say, I'm sure you've heard about the outside noise. Like, that's not what we're about. Let's stay focused on the vision. And he just moves forward from it. And I'm like, I need to do more of that because I think it's just so easy to let like the smallest things get to you. Or like, I don't know, do you guys get many hate comments online or people, you know, leaving random just annoying comments?
We don't, but some of the guests do.
Yeah.
The guests definitely get it.
Yes, we do, Jamal.
We don't really get that.
You don't see them. I see them.
People always call me Gail Clichy.
Gail Clichy or Craig David.
That's a compliment. I take
Yeah,
it.
take that as a
You know what I mean?
compliment. Like, is there any, like, what would you say day to day are the biggest stresses that you guys have or the things that get to you the most where you've got to really like realign back with the vision why you're doing this?
That is a good question.
The comments don't, like, I laugh when I get the comments. Like, people say, like, when he's wearing a backpack, for example, interviewing, they'll get onto him. What else? What
Like,
did
it's
they
not
say?
that deep, it's about
Cringe
that.
content.
Uh,
I got called Anthony Joshua with a clown beard the other day. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
Quite
that's
funny.
quite a good one, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's the question? What
like,
stresses
what
us?
stresses you out day to day, like as
I
business
know what
owners?
stresses us out. The biggest stress is views, performance.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sometimes, especially with TikTok, you'll package something so perfectly. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Like that's a 10-10 reel.
Yeah,
It goes out and it flops.
yeah,
And then something you put no effort in just goes crazy.
yeah,
And you're like, what?
yeah. What have you noticed, like, growing this sort of social first brand is the key to getting viral videos and to, like, success on there?
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of you want to go first?
You go.
Got a little bit of framework. I'll be waiting to say
Okay,
this. So.
amazing. He's been rehearsing this.
So if I was gonna start again today to like get to my first 100,000 followers,
Yeah.
there's something called the 3Ps. Well, I made it up. It's called the 3Ps. The 3Ps, yeah. Passion, pattern, packaging.
Yeah.
So the first thing is creating content is hard and
Yeah.
there's a lot of reps, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be passionate about it. I'm sure you love talking to people. You're not unnecessarily focused on money right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got to be interested in it, really passionate.
Yeah.
Then patterns is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Look at what's working already. The stream TV format, we didn't invent it.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a guy in America called Jordan Welch who was doing it. We kind of brought it over here, done it in our own style, and now it feels different.
Yeah.
So we're kind of reusing what someone else has already made viral. Once you've done that, it's then the packaging. So the packaging is creating some kind of contrast in your content. So our packaging or contrast is millionaires in like a public setting in the streets, right? Higher value person, just in the public. Anyway, you can create some kind of visual hook via contrast.
Yeah.
Literally, that's the game changer. And if you do those three things, that's a viral platform.
Yeah, it's so true, isn't it? Because it's about, like, you've got milliseconds to hook
Literally.
people in.
Yeah.
And if they're switched off from it, they'll just scroll on.
Literally.
What's been the best performing piece of content you've had so far? Was it that guy in the fluffy coat or not?
Nah. The best one, the highest views is this Bulgarian guy who was just
Okay.
cussing out UK people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it just went viral because he was literally triggering people?
It was his look. So it was his look, what he was saying, his
Yeah.
accent, and the stuff he was saying about money. So there's like 4 different things there. There's the visual, then there's he was wearing a designer coat,
Yeah.
and then he spoke with an accent, and he was older. So obviously humans have perception, right? When you do anything that goes against normal perception,
Yeah,
then typically it will work. So people might perceive them not to have money
yeah.
or have good advice or anything like that. So that kind of broke that pattern. And then another thing, he said things that were controversial that
Yeah.
that incited emotion,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So with content, you don't want to be in the middle. You have to pick a lane. You either want people to love what you're doing or hate what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anything in between, you don't exist. You don't matter.
So true. I
So
I
true,
back that. So, like, one of my things that I sort of preach to people we work with in socials is if the content isn't provoking strong emotion, good or bad, it won't perform. Because like, even if you think of like what content have you absorbed today, I can't remember anything I've really watched today because it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
But I think when I watch something and it triggers me in some way, whether it makes me like excited or motivated or upset, that's what I remember. So I think like one of the things I'm trying to get comfortable with as a business owner as well is that it's the same as a person as well. Like if you want to be successful, you also have to provoke emotion in people and be really comfortable with being disliked by people.
Yeah.
Like that is the hardest thing. But even if you look at even some of the people we've spoken about prior to this, like they get so much hate online all the time,
They do.
all the time. And sometimes it can simply just for being a young, successful person
That's
doing
it.
something different. And people just love to hate people. Like I mean, even sometimes when I look through your guys' comment section, it's like, what does this person think they know? And
Literally,
oh my
yeah.
God, I've just checked their company's house and rah, rah,
Yeah,
rah. Like,
that's the funniest
oh
one
my
to
God,
me.
it's just like, what is wrong with people? Like, would you say out of everyone you've met, is there something in common that all of these entrepreneurs have together in terms of mindset or how they operate? Do you think it is sort of that mindset of like they don't really care about anyone else's opinion?
I'd say the 3 commonalities the most successful people have is perseverance.
Yeah.
So the willing and attitude to keep going when things get hard.
Yeah.
A lot of them have passion, which
Yeah.
helps them keep going, because if you don't love what you're doing, then
Yeah.
it feels like work, then you can't do it.
Yeah.
Someone like Alan Barrett, for example, the founder of Grenade, built £1 billion business.
Yeah.
This guy was so passionate about what he was doing.
Yeah.
He said him and his wife made a conscious decision to not have children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean?
Like committing your whole life to it.
That's it.
That is
And then I
crazy.
think the third thing's a bit of delusion. Like you have to believe in what you're doing so
Yeah.
much that whatever happens, you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Like you have to be crazy.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's what people have now. Like when I speak to the most successful people I've met, that's why it's what you said before about people don't know about the journey. They just know about the end goal. Like there's a lot of brands now that people think they're an overnight success, but they've been doing it for years and years and people don't even realize. What would you say is advice that you hear from founders that is kind of maybe you don't agree with it or it's a bit cliche and you're like, I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, there's one that we hate.
Oh God, what is it?
I know, yeah, I know.
I'm scared
On three.
now.
3, 2, 1.
Hard
Work
work.
hard.
Yeah,
There you
work
go.
hard.
Similar.
Work hard, yeah. Hate
Work
it.
hard, yeah. Because it doesn't say anything, does it?
What does that mean to me? It does nothing.
Do you know the one that gets me kind of, yeah? And I know it is good advice and also bad advice. It's like compound interest or like basically save up your money, invest and wait for the long term compound interest. And when you're like 60 or 70, you can have £1 million.
Yeah.
It's like, I might even be here when I'm
Yeah,
70.
you
know what I
can't
mean?
like I think it's just like living for today, thinking fast, like
Yeah.
making sure you can get, you know, you've obviously got to do what you do because you love it, but it's important that you have to make some money to, you know, to live.
Yeah.
I think that's important. So I would say when I watch these sort of interviews, you have this format that you've got going, right? Who came up with the format? And when do you feel like you nailed the format of like, this is what works every time? Like, did it just come naturally or not?
Yeah, so the original format is probably slightly different to now, but it obviously was street interviews, right? And it was like, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Which obviously I saw someone in America doing it and I did it here.
Yeah.
Basically the same format.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we've kind of moved that towards like a bit more actionable and obviously more about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of both worked on it together in terms of what do people really want to know?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear work hard. I want to hear, okay, what do I do tomorrow to make my first million?
Yeah.
So our stuff is really like actionable. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. And that's how we kind of get a USP.
Yeah.
What was like the process like of, you know, I mean, how many times a week do you do this? Does it depend?
So we don't film enough. I think we film
Yeah.
once a week.
Okay. And then when you go out, what's the process? Like, I know you'll sometimes have people that might be like pre-booked in or whatever, but do you also have some people where you're just hoping you come across them and then it's just that process of like approaching them? And I'm sure you get a lot of no's as well and people that are like, no.
Do you know what is? Do you want to go?
I think the process is we go out and we go to rich areas,
Yeah.
which makes it obviously a higher probability of us
Yeah.
bumping into people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then obviously with the really big people like the billionaires and stuff, they're not going to be like randomly on the street
Yeah.
asking for interview, so we have to schedule that in.
Yeah.
Obviously, but the main thing is just going up to every single person that we think. I think there's like a little tell. I don't know. There's something that you can look at someone and be
Yeah.
like, this person, they look interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the likelihood of them being in this area
Yeah.
at this time,
Yeah.
they're probably going to be
Some
doing something,
Yeah.
like doing some sort of business, because we do it during the weekdays now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Most people are going to be at work.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not like lunchtime or whatever. Most people
Yeah.
that are out there either going to be on holiday or they're
Yeah.
going to be running a business.
Yeah.
So
True.
that's really the process.
And do you get many no's then or not?
Get loads of those.
Do you?
We got way more before.
But now it's getting better, yeah.
Yeah, we used
You
to
know
get
what? We start with the
loads.
views now. We're like, oh, we've
Yeah.
done 100 million views. And like,
Yeah.
oh, really?
And we didn't
I'll
even want to
speak
do
to you.
that. We didn't even want to do that in the beginning.
Yeah,
Like we
it's
knew that
just-
was the thing that would
Yeah.
work, but it's just like, oh, do we need to really say that we've done
Yeah.
this and that before we get the
know.
interview?
It's kind of just like, it's so sad, but it's just the world we live in, isn't it? Like, I always say this to people that this is why it is important to have a personal brand as well, even though it comes with so many cons as well as pros, is you do just get more opportunities. Like, it's just how the
So
world
true.
is. And it's
So
just
true.
like, say, for example, if people want to work with, you know, a social agency and they see one that's got 600 followers and one that's got 60K, your brain just naturally goes, oh, I'll go
That
with
one's
them.
credible.
They're
Yeah.
more trusted. They've got more clients. You don't even know that.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like a dangerous slope, isn't it? Like, what do you guys think about your own personal brands? Do you have interests where you're like, I want to grow it to be, you know, as big as Steven Bartlett and I want to be speaking on stages and stuff? Or do you feel like you just want to...
Do you know what's
Keep it
funny?
tame.
I am like the opposite person to what I see more. Well, I was always quite kind of not insecure, definitely insecure, but definitely not extroverted, introverted,
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah.
Never like being on camera, I hid
Yeah.
from pictures.
Yeah.
I hated having attention, innit?
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like just
Yeah.
hide away.
Yeah.
But it's like on the back of doing my passion now, I have to put myself forward, even doing
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering where it's going to lead to, but I'm guessing I have
Yeah.
to be more kind of camera facing and
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
a
he
personal
hated
brand.
doing like because people asked us to go on pods last year.
I was like, nah.
Nah.
Nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do it myself. You
Yeah.
just do it.
Do you
know
think
what I
you
mean?
just care less, like, as you get? Because I find I care less now than I
Yeah.
did at the start, because you know it's going towards something bigger almost.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. Because I don't mind. I would do something with my personal brand in the future.
Yeah,
Like, I'd
yeah.
love to go and speak on stage because one thing that I've thought about is like you have to see it to be it sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone from a similar background to me is going to see
Yeah.
that I've been able to go from X point to this point and be like, I can do that too.
Yeah.
And I know that will have a big impact on someone.
Yeah,
So I'd love to do that.
definitely. What do you think? Because obviously you work together every day. How do you manage your work relationship as friends working in business? Because so many people are like, don't work with friends. It's the worst thing you'll do. How do you manage that sort of balance between friends and business partners?
Oh man, do you know what? That was so important for me to have someone that I could. We're very, very similar in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if one of us is in the wrong, we could admit it, and like we kind of understand each other's perspective, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I don't think we really clash at all, do we? Like,
No, we've never had like a big argument or anything.
Yeah.
We always have like maybe a disagreement on a process.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there'll be times, actually, there's a time on the shoot. Do you remember the time on the
Oh,
shoot?
what? Kings Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to tell me the
that
story
day
now.
that day is probably one of the worst days we've had, like shooting.
Yeah.
Was it just like bad
But
vibes?
it wasn't even, it wasn't anything major. It was
Yeah.
just like nitpicking on
Everything's
certain
going wrong.
details, basically.
Yeah.
I was very focused on this has to be done this way or
Yeah.
it's not going to work,
Yeah.
basically. And he was like, no, it should be done this way.
Yeah.
And we were both going back and forth. And then
Yeah.
Reese was in the middle mediating, like, maybe we should do it this way and think about that and this and that. And that was funny. But like when it comes to, I don't see it as, it's probably silly to maybe see it like that, but I don't see it as like a business and a friend relationship. I just see it, to me, it molds as one. And as long as we have the same like character, values, morals, and goal, then it will work because
Yeah.
we're both striving towards something. We both trust each other. We both have integrity.
Yeah.
So I don't see a way to separate it. It kind of
Yeah.
like goes in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I work with my sister, and we're just together all the
Yeah.
time, and it's like sometimes she's my sister, sometimes she's my work partner, and
Yeah.
I think when it comes to maybe like disagreements, you have the same goal in mind, so you're just gonna be pushing towards the goal, not against each other. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with work, sometimes you feel like it's restricted. Like
Yeah.
I'll be sending you stuff at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like it's just it is what it is. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing.
It's so true.
Yeah. What, as like a team, does your week usually look like? Like, has it been hard to find like work-life balance or routine and structure? Like, what does it look like now?
You can take that one.
Boy, it's hard. So I left my job a year ago, actually.
Wow.
And so I went from like a cushy job with
Yeah.
structure to like no structure, no one telling you anything to do.
Yeah.
So one thing I've kept up is getting up early.
Yeah.
But there was so much wasted time, and like what you find is you'll spend a lot of time on one task for too long. You do it all day.
Yeah.
And so being able to like time block things has been the biggest game changer. But it is really hard to structure things and know how much time to spend on each thing as well. It's quite difficult.
Yeah. Is there any advice that you've taken on from the people that you speak to, like into your own business, where you feel like it's made a massive impact, or more like your mindset?
Tim. Yeah.
Who's Tim?
Tim Armu. This guy he's a genius as well. Like
Okay.
he's built a business. He built Fan Bites.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell.
He sold it at like 27, 28 for like 8 figures. So really young, successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He said think bigger and like see yourself bigger than you are. Steven said it as well, actually. I remember on the pod, he said sometimes you have to act bigger than you are, because when you're coming up and you're growing, you have milestones in your head you want to hit. Sometimes you don't act a certain way. You see yourself as smaller, or you don't see yourself as, oh, I'm not big enough to do that yet, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or I can't charge that much because I'm not that big.
Yeah,
Like, he was
I
just
agree
like,
with that.
get that mind, throw that in the bin.
Yeah, yeah. I've always done little things like that. obviously you never want to outwardly lie and be like, I'm so successful and
yeah.
stuff. But I think when I was growing, I would do really small things. Like I used to have a link in my bio to like book in a discovery call. So it'd be like, click to book in a link to work with me. And one of my coaches was like, you know that even psychologically that just looks like you're always available, because it's like
Yeah,
my calendar's
true.
just open.
Yeah.
You can choose any time. She went, change it to say apply to work with me,
Yeah.
and you have to fill in a form and you get back to them with a date and a time that works. And she was like, even just making small switches like that, it's just like you're not putting across like I'm always available, and you know, you want to seem booked and busy. And it's almost the same with like when I was getting into being a speaker and like speaking on stages. I used to like pretend I was a speaker before I was a speaker.
Is it?
Because all the people that I went to, I was like, how do you get into speaking? And they were like, it's really hard, it's just about who you know and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't really have time for that. So I was like, I'm just gonna literally pretend that I'm a speaker already. So we went to a content studio and I literally just filmed some content of me like like pretending to speak, and then I just put it on my socials, or like snippets of things I'd said, just speaking to a wall. And it was like, I'm now available for bookings, you can book me as a speaker. And then I got bookings through doing that. So I think like obviously I think you've got to be careful with, you never want to be like, oh, I spoke on this stage even though you didn't. I think it's all about perception though.
It is.
And it's like almost being your biggest fan before other people know about it. And even when it comes to posting on social media at the start, I didn't really know anything, but I'd show up every day and say, I'm a social media expert. I know what I'm speaking about, even though I didn't really know what I'm speaking about. And the more I spoke about it, the more people trusted me. And now I do know what I'm speaking about. So I think like, it's just little things like that where you've got to be like delusional,
So
like you
true.
said, and think about it.
There's one other thing actually that I forgot to say is I think the number one thing that separated the venture room in the beginning is, as you said, we looked professional, the branding. Obviously, in the beginning, it was just me and Khareem, right?
Yeah.
But we hired editors from day one.
Yeah.
So that meant that we can post 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
We're beating everyone on volume. We were learning faster than them. Yeah, we're spending more money.
Yeah.
But we're moving way faster.
Yeah.
So for me, hiring an editor is definitely a hack.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah. So that you can, I think that's why you've got to be so smart at the beginning. So there's even things now that I'll invest in that are like so expensive. And I know like my like finance team will be like, what are you doing that? But I'm like, I know it will pay off. And I've taken so many risks like that where, for example, I hired like two team members in the same month when I didn't even need one really. And I was like, I just know it'll pay off, and it did. Yeah. But it's just like, not everyone is made to take those risks. And I think you've got all the people I've spoke to that are super successful always have like a cup half full mentality. And then there'll be people that, you know, and they're thinking, I might launch this, but I don't know because so-and-so might do this. And they sit on it for months and months. Whereas I think people that are those like successful mindset driven people, they just do it without really thinking, which I find like in common with them all. I was going to ask about, because obviously you interview such a range of people, do you feel like there's any generational differences in mindset between like younger founders and older founders?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think the older generation, they focus more on brick and mortar, less social media stuff, less willing to adapt to the social media stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's not necessarily a bad thing because they're successful. It's worked for them.
Yeah.
But they stick to what they know generally. And then you see a lot of the older generation, they're like, yeah, don't work from home and stuff like that. And then you see that the younger generation, they're more into social media now, but they also look forwards about what's coming. Like Steven says, try and what does he say?
Outfail the competition.
It's not even that. It's disrupt yourself. Yeah, like just try and disrupt yourself before something disrupts you. It's not like this is what's working now.
Yeah.
This is what's coming into the future. How can I either get involved with it or implement it into my business so I don't get taken out? That's what I see personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say there's pros and cons to each, right? So I think the older generation, they think long term.
Yeah.
And I think that's really powerful because compound growth is a real thing, right? That's what we've done for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But the younger generation are way quicker.
Yeah.
Like people are starting businesses in how long does salaries take? like 2
She
years.
did it. Yeah, she did it in under a year.
7 figures in like a year, and you can do that today with AI. Like the times are changing, things are getting crazy.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of want a mixture of both, right? You act now, but you think for the long term.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of young people are they want to get rich quick, but sometimes getting rich quick is the slower way.
I agree with that. I think there's definitely a whole new wave, now with younger people where it's almost like we want to get rich by doing less, whereas like the older generation they believe in like grit and hard work, but we almost work smarter, not harder. I definitely think we have that. I think a lot of it is like kind of controversial, but like I know a lot of my team wants to work from home and they like that sort of easier lifestyle. I do think it's harder to find younger people that really have that determination and hunger, and they really like work hard ethic, because now with the world of social media, like everyone wants to be an influencer and no one really wants to work, and it's like, how can we work less? So I would say, even as like founders and employers, we have to constantly think about like, what do they want as a team and how can we make them happy?
I think if you apply the old school mentality to the modern era, you'll kill everyone. You'll kill your competition because you'll work way harder than everyone else. You'll be willing to do a lot of the things that most people aren't. And you'll also have the ability to adapt and see what's working and look to the future as well.
Yeah, I agree. Have you got a story from when you've been doing interviews, like a crazy story or like something that's gone wrong, or someone that was like really rude, or just anything where you were like, that was a crazy day we just had filming? That maybe
there was one.
say.
Air Tasker.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
So there's a company called Air Task, which is huge. It's like basically like Fiverr, but for like DIY stuff, like TaskRabbit.
Yeah.
So the guy's come over from Australia now. I think I'm not sure where he's from, but him and his PA came down.
Yeah.
And we did it in Mayfair, right? So then Khareem's doing the interview, and obviously I'm filming, and the PA's behind me.
Yeah.
We put our bags literally like a few feet away, literally there.
Yeah.
And she was looking after the bag. So we're filming, and then she started looking at me. I'm like, why is she looking at me? She's like, you know where the bags are? I was like, what do you mean, where are the bags? You were looking after them. Someone had stolen the bag within 2 minutes of the interview, and they're gone. So
had his Mac in there.
His Mac, his passport, his everything, his wallet.
Oh my God.
So then we were like, look, go out and find my iPhone. Let's try and find it. So we find the pin location, which is like down the road. Me and Khareem, the flipping billionaire guy, running down the street trying to find this guy.
Oh my God.
We didn't find him.
No.
But it was
You didn't find him?
No.
Where was it tracking then?
It went to Starbucks in
Oh my God,
Green
that's
Park.
so annoying.
But we went into Starbucks and it wasn't there.
What?
And then we were like, okay, the toilet's locked. Maybe they're in the toilet. Someone came out of the toilet.
Was the guy annoyed then?
He was
the guy
cool
you were
about it,
cool.
you know? He
He's-
didn't blame us
he's
or
rich and
anything.
he's
Like,
fine.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just get
his
another one.
company's doing like
But I
200
just saw a
mil.
vision of us all running down the street trying to find his bag.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally like
That's insane.
running like gasp running, like, not even normal running.
Like out of breath where you're like
Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah.
Do you have many people that are maybe a bit rude, and it does affect your confidence that day, or are you just like, whatever, on to the next person?
I think before, maybe like a year ago,
Yeah.
the rejections were like, if it was like rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection, then it's raining, then it's cold,
Yeah.
the gloves flipping wet now, like
Yeah.
that takes a toll. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was like,
Yeah. Then he's like, what are we actually doing this
that's
for now?
hard. That's
What
hard.
has
But
been?
now it's like,
Has there been anything you've had that you couldn't put out, or like, yeah, I don't know if you can share much about that,
have you had a mad one?
or like, what would the reasonings be why you were like, we can't put that out?
I don't know if we've had a mad one like that.
a mad one that we couldn't put out.
Or are there any that are more
Not
just so
mad,
you
but
don't
just
put them
not-
out just because they're not good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
And then do they ever
unfortunately.
find out that it's not gone out, and you're like, oh,
We've
sorry.
had to send some emails, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's just like
Part
on
of
the
the
it's,
game.
look, yeah. When you're shooting when you're shooting and you give an answer,
Yeah.
we'll ask it again.
Yeah.
In a different way.
Yeah. Because most people just say yes or no,
Yeah,
don't they?
We'll
And
ask
then
it
you're
again
like,
in a different way, and then it just didn't work that way. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes people, when you try to be inspirational, it doesn't work.
yeah, yeah,
Just speak normally.
yeah.
I'm sure there's been a mad one.
In what way?
Reese, we had a mad one.
No, I think it's just
You know
Trying
exactly.
to be inspirational.
Yeah.
And,
It doesn't work. Yeah.
It doesn't bang.
It doesn't come off. Try be yourself in an interview. Some people try and be something for the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had anyone like really rude. We've had rude rejections. We've never had someone like shout at us.
No. It would actually do better as well for content.
Yeah, it
That's
would
the
do
funniest part
better.
about it.
Yeah.
Have you had any that are more so just quite cringe? You know, it's just like shoot for the stars or something like that, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, it's the salesy ones that are the worst ones. You
Yeah.
know? It's like straight away. I do this and I do coaching and I do this
Yeah,
and you
like
can
they're
join
trying to
my
plug
on
their business.
www.
Yeah.
Those ones, it's like you're literally you've got the content,
Yeah.
you've grabbed it, you put it in a bucket,
Yeah.
and done that and drowned it because now it's dead.
Yeah.
No one's
we
gonna watch
can't put it out.
It's so true.
What tends to perform the best for you guys? Like, do you think it is more of that like negativity hooks where it's like the biggest failures I've made, or do you think people just love to hear about money and like figures or like advice?
Yeah. So there's a couple. I did a lot of analysis on this before. There's a few things that do really well. So controversy obviously goes really viral.
Yeah.
But low follow rate. So the virality doesn't really benefit us that much.
Yeah.
There's high value stuff which goes viral less, but we get a really high follow rate, and obviously the followers is like the most important thing.
Yeah.
And the stuff that's really funny is very hit and miss. Or like we find in the UK, finding motivational people isn't that easy, right? Because you're less likely to find someone that can speak motivationally versus if they just have good information.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's focus on the good information rather than them being motivational speakers. You know what I mean? So
Have you got someone that is both like your dream person to like have on it? What do you think you've done it now? Have you peaked?
No way.
Vicky from business class.
Yeah, exactly. That can come true. I can absolutely make that happen. You've not got anyone that you can think of where you just like that?
Steven was there, and then Emma Greed.
Oh yeah, I love Emma
I really like the
Greed.
way she moves, man.
Wonder where you could catch her.
Yeah.
Have you got to be strategic about this
America.
stuff? Like, have you got to think, okay, she's touring here, she might be at that place,
I'm
sort of
normally,
thing.
yeah,
That's
I'm
him,
normally,
basically.
I'm normally I know where people are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the courage to go for it.
Yeah.
I think Richard Branson would be a great one.
Who so far has been the most successful person you've had on in terms of like monetary figures that they've done?
Probably the last episode. So he was the youngest billionaire in Ghana.
Wow.
I think his name is Freedom Jacob Caesar.
Was he a prince or something? I remember seeing comments. It's like, oh my god, it was a
think he's a
prince,
prince.
or
I
something.
don't even know, man. He said he's the African prince, though.
He's running for
Yeah.
president of Ghana or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
But we just saw him outside Knightsbridge, outside Harrods.
Yeah.
That's the thing in London. Everyone goes to the same places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go
Yeah.
to Bond Street, you go to Harrods, you'll find people.
Did you just think he looked interesting? You're like, oh, maybe
Saw that
yeah.
crocodile, blue crocodile jacket. I was like, that
We
guy
gotta
over
speak
there,
to
you know
him.
something that I don't know.
Literally.
Do you ever get it the wrong way around where you see someone who looks like really wealthy and then you'll speak to them and they're just like, no, I don't.
Do you know what? The biggest... So I find there's a correlation between how wealthy someone looks and how flashy they appear. So more time, the people that have the big cars and the big chains or whatever
Yeah.
haven't actually got much money.
Yeah.
It's the guys walking down Bond Street that are a little bit older. They've
Yeah.
got like the little caps.
Yeah.
They've got the rundown trainers. They
Yeah.
are the billionaires.
Yeah, it's so true that it's like when people say, you know, like Simon Cowell, like he
Yeah.
literally wears the same stuff all
Yeah.
the time, like looks so humble.
Wears like 3 different colour t-shirts,
Yeah.
like grey,
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah. Do you think it's just like that new money thing, like the humbleness sort of people just have done with being flashy and
I think so, yeah, because I think after a certain level, it just brings negativity, doesn't it?
Plus, I've also heard that when they're super rich, there's only a certain. I think he's Mark Zuckerberg. I think he said there's only a certain amount of decisions they want to make in a day, and clothing is not one of them.
Yeah.
I agree with that because it's just like it is so overwhelming, and I think as well I think the reason why people like the interviews so much is because they are very like real and people are just speaking about stuff that you know we're usually not supposed to speak about, numbers, or we're usually not supposed to speak about mistakes that we've made. But I think that's what tends to perform best now. But again, it's just finding that balance of when I share mistakes, it does well because people kind of want to see the mistakes that you're making because it makes
They
you
do,
human.
yeah.
But then it performs and it can be for the wrong reasons because then people can be like, well, I don't want to work with Vicky's business because she's always making mistakes. Like it's that perception
Oh, what
sort
with
of
like
thing.
content and stuff?
Yeah, like it's so hard to find that balance.
100%.
So what would you say to sort of round it up would be the best advice that you have had that you can give to the listeners, like you feel like has really, really stuck with you And we don't like generic advice on the podcast, so it can't be generic.
Same as us.
Yeah.
I want to use the say the Afghan quote again.
Go for it.
All right, so there's a young lady we interviewed earlier on this year, and
Mm-hmm.
the quote, at the time I didn't really deep it. I was like, oh, it sounds all right.
Yeah.
But the more time has gone, the more it's resonated with me.
Yeah.
She said, rich people doubt their fear and trust their vision.
Mm-hmm.
Poor people doubt their vision and trust their fear.
Crazy.
So if you think about what that means, it basically
Yeah.
means take action, right? A lot of people don't do things because they're scared to take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be someone that was always complaining about, oh, I haven't got this, I haven't got that, I haven't got money to do this. All I did literally was go outside and take action. I bought a camera, which
Yeah.
anyone could do.
Yeah.
The street interviews, anyone can do that.
Yeah.
But we're out there every single week, taking chances and failing every single week.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that is the secret to success. And it sounds so simple, but that's it.
Yeah, because people do love an excuse, don't they?
do.
They
Oh,
love
man.
an excuse.
Complaining will keep you poor. The
It
more you
will.
complain, the broker
Literally,
you are. I
man.
promise
Yeah, it's so
promise
true.
you.
Like even now with the world we live in of social media and going viral and how fast your life can change, like I literally build these strategies for people and say, follow this for 30 days, like everything will change. You'll get followers, you'll get brand deals, you get this. And then people still go, oh, I've not got enough time. And,
Yeah.
oh, I feel like I don't want to upset this person or this person's
Yeah.
going to see it. And I think that's something I've always been good at is just being like, I know what I want. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I have wobbles and stuff, but
Yeah.
you ultimately just don't, you're so, what's the word? Stubborn about
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like attached to it. What would you say your quote would be to like leave us on?
I got two.
Okay,
Two.
fire away.
So one from Jamie Lang. He said, business is
I
paid
love
in
Jamie Lang.
business is paid in two currencies, cash and experience. Don't take the cash, take the experience. The money
Yeah.
will follow.
Yeah. Oh
Right?
my God.
sick, man.
That
Jamie
was
Lang.
sick.
Spit
That guy
facts.
just off the cuff, straight. Like
brilliant.
that was
What
crazy.
does that mean?
What? That business is paid in two currencies.
Yeah.
Don't take cash. If you've got an opportunity to take money,
Yeah.
don't take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go for the experience.
Yeah.
Get the experience. Go with the cooler
Yeah.
story.
It's so
Like
true.
you'll learn so much.
Yeah.
The money will come later. You're gonna get knowledge and experience, right? You're also gonna get paid to learn. Right?
It's so true though. Like you have to fail so many times. Like I think I've been in business now. I think mine was in 2021 when I first set mine up. So still newer, I suppose. And there's massive mistakes I've made or big things that have happened. And when you go through it, it feels like hell and like
Yeah.
the worst thing in the world. And you're like, why is this happening to me? But you truly wouldn't be where you are if that hadn't have happened.
Literally.
So
Literally.
I'm kind of glad that it wouldn't be the same if it was smooth sailing and I got so many clients and I was so rich and so happy. Like it just wouldn't be the same. And I was reading a book the other day. It might have been, was there a book called like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck?
Oh,
I was reading that book.
That's hard.
And he was telling like the story, I think it's of Buddha or something, how he was raised in like a palace and he got everything given to him and he had a perfect life. And it was so perfect that he craved like unperfect things. Like he wanted to go out on the streets and, you know, have all the negative experiences. So it's basically talking about you can't have good without bad.
You can't.
Like there's no one in business that's successful that's just had a smooth run and they're super rich and everything's amazing. Like it's one of the hardest jobs in the world to own a business, but you have to have the negative
That's it.
experiences,
Everything.
don't you?
So
Life
true.
is like life's about balance. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And everything has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
If you're super famous, guess
Yeah.
what? You're probably gonna have a lot of money,
Yeah,
but the payoff there is you can't walk outside your house with
No.
loads of people crowding you.
no peace.
Right? If you're like we said, Alan Barrett.
Yeah.
He was a billionaire. He's a billionaire now. What did he have to? He had to sacrifice his friends. He had to sacrifice
Yeah.
having a family.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. You
Yeah.
have to be able to take the good with the bad. If you want to grow on social media, be willing to take the people that are going to cuss you out,
Yeah.
call you ugly,
Yeah.
say you're never going to be anything.
Yeah.
You have to be able to go for it.
Yeah. From personal experience, we know what that's,
That's it.
like.
So
And then
true.
just finish. If you've got the opportunity to go for a really high paying job or the opportunity to work for someone for maybe less
Yeah.
that has the life that you want to live,
Yeah.
you better take that
Yeah.
because that's going to give you the experience. And like I said, you're going to get paid. It might be less.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you get paid to learn for free. You're going to
Yeah.
look at their mistakes literally
Yeah.
and be able to avoid them in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other quote I have is
Yeah.
ambition without action is anxiety.
Wow, I love that.
Sally Winter,
Boom.
she
I
was
love
fire. man.
that.
Hey.
Elaborate. What does that mean? I
If
love
you've got
that.
goals, if you've got dreams, everyone's got goals and dreams. What separates the people that achieve stuff and the people that don't? The people that achieve things actually had the bravery and the tenacity to go for it and not
Yeah.
care. You
Yeah.
have to take action because
Yeah.
otherwise you're going to be a dreamer. Everyone has dreams, right? You want to be successful. How many people in the world are successful or super successful, right?
Yeah.
What we call it
Tiny.
the 1%, right?
Yeah.
How can you be the 1% when you do what the 99% do?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
So true.
That's a real right there.
I need
boy.
that's a real right there. That needs to be an Instagram quote, retweet. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything at all you want to promote or like social channels, anything you've got coming up that you'd love people to know about?
Not really. Check out the YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, that's it.
At the venture room.
At the venture room.
At
Yeah,
the
that's
venture
the
room.
channel.
Fab. Thank you so much, guys.